There is a difference between being alone and being powerless. The world fears the loud man, but it underestimates the silent one. While everyone is busy talking, proving, performing, the loner is watching. And observation is the first weapon of power. This is not about loneliness. This is about controlled isolation. This is about becoming dangerous without making noise. Philosophers like Carl Jung warned us about the shadow within. Thinkers like Niccolò Machiavelli wrote about power without morality. And strategists like Robert Greene revealed the hidden laws that govern human behavior. But what they never fully explained are the silent rules loners live by. Today, you'll learn them, not to become cruel, but to become untouchable. The average person talks to connect. The loner listens to collect. Information is currency, and most people spend it foolishly. When you talk too much, you reveal your insecurities. You expose your strategy. You give away leverage. The loner understands something most people don't. Silence creates mystery. Mystery creates authority. Why do powerful people pause before speaking? Why does the quiet person in the room feel intimidating? Because the human brain fills silence with assumptions, and assumptions are often larger than reality. The loner lets others underestimate him because underestimation is camouflage. The world runs on emotional reactions, anger, jealousy, validation, approval. But the loner studies emotions instead of drowning in them. When someone insults him, he doesn't react instantly. He observes. Why did they say that? What insecurity is leaking? What are they trying to provoke? This is dark psychology principle number 1. Whoever controls the emotional temperature controls the interaction. The loner does not suppress emotion, he delays it. That delay gives him power. Most conflicts are won not by aggression, but by emotional discipline. Approval is a leash. The moment you need validation, you become controllable. Society rewards conformity. Dress like this, think like this, speak like this, believe like this. But the loner understands something dangerous. The crowd punishes uniqueness because it exposes mediocrity. So he stops seeking applause. He works in silence, improves in silence, builds in silence. And when success appears, it shocks everyone because no one saw him coming. Weak isolation says, I'm alone because nobody wants me. Strong isolation says, I choose distance because I value focus. The loner understands energy management. Every conversation drains or charges you. Every relationship costs something. Time, attention, emotional space. Most people are overstimulated. Notifications, drama, gossip, comparison. The loner withdraws strategically because clarity is born in silence. Even Friedrich Nietzsche often wrote about the necessity of solitude for greatness. Isolation is not social failure, it is mental sharpening. The average person believes words, the loner watches patterns. People reveal themselves in micro-behaviors, tone shifts, eye movement, inconsistent stories, over-explaining. Dark psychology isn't manipulation first, it is perception first. The loner notices who talks badly about others, who plays victim constantly, who changes personality depending on status, and instead of confronting immediately, he adjusts his distance. He knows this rule. Never correct a snake, just stop walking barefoot. There are 2 types of confidence. External confidence, based on praise, likes, attention. Internal confidence, based on self-assessment and competence. The loner builds skills quietly. Reading, training, observing, planning. He does not post every move. He does not announce every goal. Because broadcasting intention reduces intensity. When you talk about your goals too much, your brain feels premature satisfaction. The loner protects momentum. Silence protects momentum. In every room, there is hierarchy, even if it's invisible. Who speaks first? Who interrupts? Who gets interrupted? Who people look at when something happens? The loner maps this instantly. He does not fight for dominance loudly. He positions himself strategically. Minimal words, direct eye contact, controlled body language, slow responses. Power is not volume, power is presence, and presence is trained in solitude. This is where most people fail. They rush to explain themselves. They rush to clear rumors. They rush to defend their reputation. The loner doesn't panic. He understands something Machiavellian. Perception is a tool. If someone underestimates him, good. If someone doubts him, good. If someone misunderstands him, neutral. He only corrects narratives when it benefits him. Otherwise, silence. Dark psychology does not mean isolation forever. It means selective access. The loner tests people slowly. How do they behave under stress? How do they treat someone with no status? Can they keep secrets? Trust is earned in layers. Most people grant trust quickly and regret slowly. The loner does the opposite. He trusts slowly and rarely regrets. Rejection, betrayal, failure, abandonment, these break most people. But the loner processes pain privately. He asks, what did this teach me? What pattern did I miss? Where was I naive? Pain becomes data, and data becomes armor. This is psychological evolution. There is power in being seen, but there is greater power in choosing when to be seen. The loner understands this paradox. Visibility attracts attention. Attention attracts attack. So he disappears when necessary. He avoids unnecessary arguments. He doesn't react to every provocation. He does not announce every move. Strategic invisibility means studying quietly, preparing silently, observing enemies without alerting them. By the time others realize what he has built, it's too late. Most people allow others to define them. Labels stick easily. Quiet equals weak. Alone equals rejected. Silent equals insecure. The loner lets people believe what they want temporarily, because perception is a psychological weapon. When someone underestimates you, they relax. Relaxed opponents make mistakes. He doesn't waste energy correcting every misunderstanding. He only corrects the narrative when it benefits his strategy. Control perception, control power. Fear is one of the strongest psychological levers, but loud intimidation is crude. The loner uses subtle intimidation, unbroken eye contact, slow responses, calm voice in chaotic moments, no visible emotional spikes. People fear unpredictability, and the loner is difficult to read. Human brains crave patterns. When they cannot predict you, they feel uneasy. That unease becomes silent respect. Never show 100%. This rule is ancient. Strategists across history preserved advantage by hiding strength. The loner does not display full intelligence, full emotional range, full strategic thinking, full ambition. He reveals layers slowly. Why? Because once people know your ceiling, they plan around it. Mystery protects leverage. Most people chase revenge emotionally. They argue, they insult back, they escalate publicly. The loner reframes revenge. The greatest revenge is elevation. If someone disrespects him, he doesn't attack instantly. He upgrades silently. Skills, network, physical presence, financial strength, emotional discipline. When he rises, the insult becomes irrelevant. Power makes noise unnecessary. Attachment is vulnerability. The loner does not cling to toxic friendships, disrespectful environments, one-sided relationships, ego battles. Walking away is not weakness, it is self-preservation. Most people stay in bad dynamics because they fear loneliness. The loner is already comfortable alone. That makes him dangerous because he cannot be emotionally blackmailed. Every environment is a chessboard. Corporate spaces, friend circles, families, online communities. The loner watches who influences whom, who fears whom, who envies whom, who depends on whom. Power rarely belongs to the loudest. It belongs to the one who understands dependencies. If you know what someone needs, you understand their pressure point. The loner doesn't exploit instantly. He stores information. Information is long-term leverage. Energy is currency. Drama drains it. Comparison drains it. Over-socialization drains it. The loner sets boundaries quietly. Short conversations, selective responses, limited availability. Scarcity increases value. When you are always available, you are easily replaceable. When your time is rare, it becomes respected. This is where psychology becomes deep. Carl Jung spoke about the shadow, the hidden darker parts of ourselves. Most people deny envy, aggression, dominance, self-interest. The loner does not deny these impulses. He studies them, he integrates them, because suppressed darkness leaks out uncontrollably. But understood darkness becomes disciplined strength. The loner does not pretend to be pure. He chooses control over denial. Timing is power. Reacting instantly is emotional. Responding strategically is intelligent. The loner waits. He gathers data. He observes patterns. He studies weaknesses. Then he acts when stakes are highest, opponents are relaxed, outcome probability is strong. Patience amplifies impact. A silent buildup creates explosive results. Pain tolerance is underrated power, not physical pain, psychological discomfort, being misunderstood, being excluded, being doubted, being underestimated. The loner survives these without collapsing. He does not need constant reassurance. This makes him stable in chaos, and stability in chaos is leadership. Belonging feels safe. Freedom feels powerful. The loner chooses freedom. Freedom of thought, freedom of direction, freedom of ambition. Belonging often requires compromise. The loner compromises selectively. He would rather stand alone with conviction than stand with a crowd in mediocrity. Access is privilege. Most people grant emotional access too quickly. The loner understands. Access to his thoughts is earned. Access to his plans is restricted. Access to his vulnerabilities is rare. Oversharing reduces strategic advantage. Privacy protects growth. He reads. He studies human behavior. He analyzes mistakes. He watches interviews of strategists and leaders. Writers like Robert Greene dissect power structures. Philosophers like Friedrich Nietzsche question morality and strength. The loner absorbs ideas, but applies selectively. Knowledge without discipline is noise. Knowledge with solitude becomes transformation. There's a difference. Antisocial rejects society. Selective social chooses alignment. The loner is not broken. He is calibrated. He does not hate people. He understands them. He simply refuses to beg for validation, chase meaningless attention, engage in ego wars, perform for approval. He participates when necessary, withdraws when beneficial, acts when strategic, waits when powerful. Power does not always shout. Sometimes it watches. Sometimes it waits. Sometimes it builds silently while the world laughs. The loner is not lonely. He is disciplined. He is observant. He is calculating. And when the time comes, he does not need to announce his arrival. His results speak.